everyone, it's Kyle from Magpie 24/7. I hope he's all good. So, some breaking transfer news came through last night, and Newcastle have agreed a deal for Chris Wood from Burnley. Um, for me, it's another really solid signing. I know there's a couple of fans out there that feel slightly underwhelmed uh, with Chris Wood saying because we've been linked with Vlahovic and all these big names. But for me, I think it's a really solid bit of business by Newcastle. Like I remember a couple of years ago when we got relegated to the Championship and we brought in Daryl Murphy from Nottingham Forest, and fans were underwhelmed with that one as well. They were like, "Well, why are we signing him for? He's Championship level. He's not very good and all this." And then Daryl Murphy ended up becoming a solid, reliable option for Newcastle in the Championship. Scored a couple of very important goals, and Newcastle fans think highly of him now. I get that very vibe from this transfer because the way you've got to look at it, he's one of only five players that have scored 10 goals plus in the last four seasons in the Premier League. So you need that type of consistency, and you've got to bear in mind as well, Burnley aren't a very attacking side. They're very defensive. They're very Route One esque. You know, they're a very like old school team, and if anything, they're one of our rivals in the league as well. Um, Currently with them being 18th and us being 19th. So it's a big blow to Burnley, and it's a massive help for us. He's a reliable goal scorer. He proved he can play in more attacking sides as well. He was one of the top goal scorers in the Championship for Leeds when we were in the Championship. Even scoring at St James's Park in the final minute, I remember. Um, but he's a solid player, very solid player. Will do a good job for Newcastle, I've no doubt. With Wilson being out for a long time, he'll definitely lead the line for the next couple of months. And even then, if you were to play two up top, it gives you that legitimate option because I think Wood and Wilson up front together would be quite a good partnership. So there's no complaints from me. The two signings Newcastle have brought in so far mean business, and Alex Hurst made a great point on Twitter. Like 20 million, 25 million for a centre forward in the Premier League is the going rate. Like any lower, I've seen Newcastle play 8 million for 9 million for Mutu, 4 million for Joselu. Like that was scraping below the barrel, but they're going out, they're getting a steady signing, someone that's going to score goals, someone that's going to be a threat, someone that's going to be dangerous for it, and it sends a message to the other teams in the bottom half of the table that will mean business. We've signed Kieran Trippier and we've signed Chris Wood, and for me, they're the two very solid signings. Kieran Trippier is probably one of the best at his position in the country, and Chris Wood's one of the latest steady Eddie in terms of the league, but he's a very solid striker. It mightn't be the name people expect, but honestly, I think Chris Wood's a good signing, and I hope he starts on Saturday against Watford. There'll be a preview out for that tomorrow. I'll do a preview for the Watford game. 'Cause it's such a big game, especially after the shit show at Cambridge. But yeah, for me, it's another steady signing, another solid signing. I'm very, I'm happy with the signing. I hope we do need a couple more through the door. I think we need a couple of centre backs, and we need another centre midfielder, especially if Sean Longstaff goes to Everton. So we're not far off being complete in the transfer window. I know we've had the likes of Sven Botman and Diego Carlos knocked back in recent weeks for injuries or just Lille not wanting to sell Botman, but at least we're trying to make something happen. Like how many transfer windows did we have under Ashley, where we knew we needed players, but we knew we weren't going to get any, and it was like, oh well, who can we scrape a loan deal for? Who can we bat out the who can we get out the middle of Mongolia or something like and on the cheap and hope he's good, so it's two good bits of business by Newcastle. Although we have had setbacks, I think it's nice to see a club try to sign players, a club that want to do better. Because why'd Mike Ashley now would be fucked, would have no one lined up, be linked with Hamza Chowdhury again. You'd have Steve Bruce saying, well, and would be in the shit. But what can you do? Like, we've got new owners now. They want to be taken seriously, and I think on the short term, buying solid Premier League experienced players that know the league, know how to battle out of trouble, and are very solid players is what we need right now. Because at the minute we've got a lot of Championship level players, like Chris Wood. By all means, isn't the name everybody expected, but he's an improvement on what we've got currently. Yes, Callum Wilson's out injured, but he's got a very similar record to Callum Wilson in terms of goals. Like, he's another under the radar good Premier League striker, and he will do well for Newcastle. I guarantee it. He will do well for Newcastle. Like, if Chris Wood's goals keep Newcastle in the league this season and allowing us to spend in the summer, he's worth every penny of that 25 million. Every single penny. But that's my take on it. Let us know what you think in the comments. Do you think he'll hit the ground running? Do you think he'll struggle? It's good to see Newcastle making actually signings. Who do you think we should sign next? I know you're looking forward to the weekend. But yeah, Chris Wood is now a Newcastle player, which is fantastic to see. Love yous and leave us for now, and catch yous on the next video at Magpie 24/7. Catch yous in a bit, everyone. Ta-da.